Hello everyone out there on YouTube. Thank you all once again for checking out today's gaming news and coverage. And if you happen to be new, check out the channel. Hopefully this can become a place for all your open world RPG, MMO, and indie gaming news, as well as a big focus on game mods and new monthly game releases. So YouTube, what are we talking about today? We are talking about Cyberpunk 2077. Yet again, I have a video coming out soon showing what I think are some of the best mods, the ones that I enjoy. A lot of these mods I had to wait on, and even now they are still being updated, and that's what I want to talk about really quick today. There have been so many changes to the game that led to countless mod issues. I've already put out a few videos about this as we went down this long road of waiting and watching as updates slowly rolled out. And then straight to the point, let's hit the topics that are needed, and hopefully everyone can get their game mods updated, and for some people finally get started in the post 2.0 and Phantom Liberty era of Cyberpunk 2077. So now the very first thing, if you haven't played or updated your mods since 2.0 and Phantom Liberty came out, and you used mods that altered maybe combat or cyberware or item and weapon slots, or even things that did something with the UI, I strongly recommend just uninstalling the game and installing it again. Make sure that everything is clean and do a fresh install to avoid any outlying errors and bugs from your previous mods. This is just good practice and can only help by removing the chance of issues due to mods that you previously had installed. And then from that point, you can just focus on going forward. And on to modding. The dependency mods like redscript, CET have all been updated, and they've been updated several times over and over again over the last few weeks. And because of all these updates, you're going to want to be jumping over to the Nexus and checking to see if you need to grab any updated versions. Best way to do this is just go to the hot mods, which is located up here. Go over to the first filter, click on all time, and in the second filter switch that to trending, and you're going to have all 5 mods right here at the top. It's going to show you if you've downloaded the most current version or if there's been an update since your last download, making it super easy and efficient. And onto the installation, make sure that you are manually installing your mods. Do not use Vortex. It sounds like a pain, but it's really not. And since we are here for those that maybe don't know how to manually install, let's just step aside over here for just a second. And what you're going to do is you're going to find the mod that you want. You're going to click on manual installation. This will download it to your downloads folder. I've already moved mine to a new folder. And what you want to do is then find your Cyberpunk game directory, then unzip your mod and extract. You're going to see the folders here. Then click, drag, and drop them into your game directory, and the folders will drop in, and the mod is going to be added to your game. Easy stuff. Now, since we aren't using a mod manager, we want to be able to keep track of what mods we are installing and have a place for us to go to as a reference to see which versions we currently have installed. And I keep track of that just by having a folder here for the mods that I've already installed. I unzip here in this folder, I drop the zip into this already installed folder, then I drag and drop the mod files into the game directory, thus installing the mod. If you don't want to actually keep the zips after you install them, you could create a text document and just update it when you swap out or update mods. As I said previously, the Nexus will let you know if there's been an updated version since the last time you downloaded it. You basically just want something there for you to look at and help manage your mod list since you won't be using any sort of mod manager. It's always a good idea to keep up to date on your mods, and adding something to help you keep things organized is again just good practice. And the last 2 things that I suggest that you make sure you do if you're new or just coming back to modding, and these are going to focus on how to uninstall mods and what mods not to download. What mods don't you want to download? You want to stay away from mods that haven't been updated since the update 2.0 and Phantom Liberty came out. Very few mods still work following these changes to the game, and it's very likely that any mod not updated since those came out is either still being worked on and made compatible with the most current version of the game, or the mod is no longer maintained. To find out which of these it is, just look at the mods page, look at the description page, head over to the post section for the mod and read the most recent comments. This is mostly going to tell you what the status of the mod is. You'll also want to see here if there are any issues with the mod. Another reason not to download a mod. If you see a high level of bugs and issues reported by users in the posts section or in the bug section, then avoid the mod for now and just keep checking on it until you see updates from the mod author or you see an updated version of the mod posted. And getting rid of mods that you've manually installed It is super easy. It's just as easy as installing them. Well, maybe a little bit, might take a second longer, but you just go to the mods page on Nexus. Most have the directory path listed for you so that you can go in and delete the files that you need to. If it doesn't, then that's not an issue. Just re-download the zip somewhere on your computer, unzip it, then go into the folders and see the path that the files for the mod are installed. Then in your game directory, do the same thing, go into the same folders, find the files, remove them, and you should be good to go. Doing all this is going to give you a nice clean start and a chance to jump into the game and monitor your mods as you go. Remember, there were total reworks of so many things in the game, the way the phone messages worked and how things from the journal worked for the quests. All the slots and stats and perks were changed, so you really are going into the game with a set of mods that are completely reworked and changed for the game's new systems. And because of that, there are going to be a lot of tweaks and updates still coming out over the following weeks. The mod creators are doing an amazing job, so just follow their progress over on Nexus. Keep up to date on any mods that you know are still being heavily worked on. Chances are those little issues are going to be ironed out soon. And yeah, that's it. This should be the last video on the state of mods being updated for Cyberpunk 2077. Looks like we're in the clear now. I don't see any big changes coming to the game. I think 2.0 and Phantom Liberty and the bug fix 2.01 is pretty much the end of it. And I can now focus on showcasing what I feel are the best mods currently for Cyberpunk 2077. I have that video nearly done now, and then another with a list of mods that I think are going to bring changes to the Cyberpunk 2077 modding community, mods that add NPCs, quests, new stories, and dialogue, because let's be honest, this is a first-person game, and having so many of the top mods over on Nexus being those that add clothing or appearances to be is just kind of silly. So on that note, everyone enjoy, be safe, and I will see you in the next video.